Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This will be a small series where we will be learning to create a full stack web application by building a simple to-do-list application. We will be using the MERN Stack to create our app. For those who do not know what is MERN, MERN stands for MongoDB, Express, React and Node.js, where MongoDB is a document-oriented database. Express is a backend web application framework for Node.js. React is a front-end JavaScript library and Node.js is a back-end JavaScript runtime environment that helps us to execute JavaScript code outside a web browser. So in this video, we will first start by creating our backend. For that, we will log in into our MongoDB account. If you don't have an account, you can create one. After that, it will ask you some questions. What is your goal, what are you building, and your language and all that. You can fill in any because it doesn't really matter what you fill. After that, click on the finish button. After that, it will ask you where you want to deploy your database. You can choose the shared one since it is free. After that, you can keep all the default options here, all the regions and all. You can name your cluster. After that, click on create. You can skip the user invitation for now. After that, it will ask you to create your username and password. This will be used when we will try to connect to our database. After that, add your IP address and click on finish and close. After that, it will start creating a cluster. Till then, we can start building our backend. Okay, so now to create the backend, I'm first going to do npm init-y for default options, and then I'm going to install Express, Cores for cross-origin resource sharing, Mongoose for connecting to the database, and at the end I'm going to also install .env in which we will store our DB URI and all that stuff. After installing, I'm going to create a file called index.js, and here we will start writing our backend. So first I will require Express. So I'm going to say const express equals to require Express. Then I'm going to say const app is equals to Express. I'm also going to require course, so I'm going to say const course is equals to require, and then app dot use course like this. After that, I will say app dot get. So at slash we want to send a request. So we want to send a response, and that will be, let's just say hello world, and then I'm going to say app.listen. For the port, I'm going to create a different constant, so let's say port is equals to 3000, and I'm going to say port here, and then we are going to log it out. So I'm just going to say console.log something like server is running at http localhost and localhost the port, and yep. So now if we test it, I'm just going to use prettier here. So now I'm going to say node index.js. As you can see, the server is running at localhost 3000, and if I click on this, and if I go on localhost 3000, I'm able to see hello world right here. If I change the text, let's just say hello Mern, or let's just say hello YouTube, something like this, and if I reload, okay, so now if I change the text, and now if I rerun the server, okay, so I have to also use node index.js, and now if I click on this, I'll be able to see hello YouTube. Previously it was hello world. Now if I reload it, it was hello YouTube and all. So now to actually connect the application with the database, we would need to get our database URI. Now to get that, you need to go to we will go back here, and then we will click on the connect button. After that, connect your application, and you can choose the version from here, and this is the DB URI. You will copy this, and I'm going to store it inside a different file called .env, so that we do not expose it somewhere. And then I'm going to say DB URI is equals to this. After that, over here you will replace this entire text with the password that you created when you were creating the cluster, and over here we will write the name of the database we want to get the data from. Right now we do not have a database, so we are going to create one. So to create a database, we will go inside browse collections. So over here you will click on add my own data, and over here you will just name your database and the collection name and click on create. So after that, we will now replace my first database with to do, and over here you will write the password. So now to connect with our database, first we will need to require mongoose. So I'm going to say const mongoose equals to require mongoose. After that, I'm going to say mongoose.connect, and inside it we have to write our the URI that we pasted inside our .env file. To acquire it, we will say process.env the name of the variable DB URI, and to actually get it, we would also need to require the .env. So for that, I'll say require .env.config, and now after that we will pass in some functions like use unified. After that, I'm going to say .then, and inside the .then I'm going to pass in an arrow function. Inside this, let's just log out connected to the database or something like that. I'm also going to do one thing, that I'm going to move this listen, and I'm going to paste it over here. So it will be like that if our server is running, it means that we are also connected to the database. So now if I stop the server and rerun it, and if I'll get the log that server is running at localhost 3000, means that we are also connected to the database. As you can see, we are connected to the database, and our server is running at localhost 3000. So that was it for this video. This is how you basically connect your application, your Node Express application with the MongoDB database. And in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create the models and all that stuff, so that we can perform all those CRUD operations and all that stuff. And so that was it for this video, and hope you were able to follow all the steps. If you are stuck somewhere, you can mention in the description, and you can also join the Discord channel. I will be able to help you better there. So yeah, that was it for this video, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.